Welcome to the Rainey Leadership Podcast, where we do a deep dive into company culture. Rainey is a car dealership located throughout South Georgia, and we are striving to be the best car company by first being the best care company. And one way that we do that is every week we meet and talk about company culture. Today, we're going to be diving into the book Culture Rules by Mark Miller. Today's episode is another two-parter with our general manager, Tommy McDonald. So let's dive in.
Taking care of people. I mean, do you know when somebody cares about you? Yeah. If you walk over in the service center, Sandra, and people are standing behind the counter like this. I'm trying to frown, but it's hard. So,
You ain't got it, John.
okay, forget that idea. But when they see a frown and they see negative body language, it's already dynamic because they got a problem with their car and they think they should have never had a problem with their car. You know, that was actually in How to Win Friends and Influence People. Remember the guy who had his master's degree or his doctorate degree in computer programming, and he went and let the company that hired him, he said it was because of the person that talked to him on the phone. He said, I feel like that, I can sense your hospitality, your kindness through the phone. Now, how does that happen? How does that convey? How can just a little...
The tone.
Yeah, and it goes into this little electronic speaker on the phone, and it goes through all those wires and fiber optics and all that, comes out on the other end, and boink, and then you hear it in your ear, and it makes all those little vibrations, and then how in the world can you communicate like that? I don't know. But it happens. Just like today, you're going to cross paths with somebody, and they're going to know whether or not you mean what you say. They're going to know whether you give a flip or you just said the right words. Right? Man, one of the things that I hate to hear is for people to say, I don't care. Boy, you talk about a recipe for disaster. You talk about something that little dude right there, he's going to be scorched if you don't care. Care matters. Bob Rainey saw that, I don't know how many years ago before this mission statement was put in place. We want to be the greatest car company, and we will be. We will by being the greatest care company. We can be, we should be, we ought to be. Because listen, there are people that are going to lose their jobs today if we don't take care of them. Because they're not going to be able to get in that car and get to work. And if we don't provide a rental or do something, and listen, that is incredible that we do that. There are people who have got credit challenges. Things are tight, paying $3.50 plus for a gallon of gas. There are people that are struggling, and they're not going to make it if they don't get a vehicle from us today. Kenny, they're going to be over there talking to you today. I need a car. And we're going to make the exceptions. Christy, they're going to call you and say, hey, don't have quite the down payment, and you're going to say, well, okay. What'd you say?
What'd they score?
What'd they score? Okay. You're going to try to do everything you possibly can to get them riding with Rainey, aren't you? Because you care. Yeah. And they're going to leave, hallelujah, praise Jesus, I got a car from riding with Rainey. And then, well, that's true. There are some other options out there. We can't be indifferent and think we're the only people that they can come to. That's right, because that's going to be the right bush right there, wither if we become indifferent toward our customers. So, listen, Rainey Used Cars is going to be so vibrant that, people, they're going to be lined up when we have a job opening. They're going to be saying, listen, I want to come to work for your organization. I might be embellishing this a little bit, but that's the way it ought to be. That's the way it ought to be. Because if we care about people, not just going through the motions, not just getting through the day, as some people are, but if we care about people, they'll want to work here. If you genuinely care, you will have talented, resourceful, engaged people that go to the next level. They won't just go the second mile. You know that story in the, make the second mile, go in the second mile? Then I would ask you to wax eloquent on this story, but I'll do it for you. How about that? Even though I can't pronounce that name right. So, in Roman culture, when a Roman soldier walked through, listen, they didn't have M1 tanks and Humvees and all that to transport their military equipment. You might have had a mule, you might have had a horse, you might have had a chariot, but most of it was they were just hoofing it, buddy. They had backpacks on. So when a Roman soldier would come through your area, if you were a Roman citizen, you were required by their law to pick up that backpack if they asked you to and carry it. How many miles? One. Now, how far is that? 5,000. Okay. Listen to you, man. You got the pronunciation and the definition of a mile. Okay. See, okay. But from here, how far is a mile, do you think?
To the red light?
Which one?
The first one.
Well, there's one that way, though.
No, we're going this way.
Go this way?
Yeah.
Is that a mile? That's probably a half mile.
I think it's 3 miles from Walmart.
What? It's 3 miles? Okay. Let's just
19 or
let's just say the red light past McDonald's is probably about a mile. Okay? All right. Next time when I get back, from my little trips that are coming up, I'm going to have an 80-pound backpack in here for everybody. And we're going to go the second mile. We're going to walk down to that. It's over there close to Wendy's somewhere. We're going to hoof it down there, carrying our 80-pound bag. And then we're going to have a meeting. Okay, you did what you're supposed to do. You went to 1 mile. We're going to have a little vote. Okay? Who's going to go the second mile? Who's going to come back? All right? Okay, all right. So, probably not many of us are going to vote to come back, though, right? Even if there is a Chick-fil-A breakfast sitting on the table, we're going to say, I'm not walking back. Send the bus, buddy. let me get on the bus. What's that?
I was thinking somebody bring the golf cart.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. But the creator of the universe said, listen, if someone demands that you go 1 mile, you want to show them that you're different? You want to show them that you're really different? Do more than is expected of you. Go 2 miles. Sorry about your microphone, man. I got knocked it over. Go 2 miles. Ha! You got to be kidding me. Y'all wouldn't do that. You probably have to be borderline crazy to do that this summer heat in South Georgia. Right? But if you did, let's just say you're carrying it literally for another person. Say we don't have Roman soldiers marching through here. But let's just say you see a person out here that's homeless, and they're carrying a heavy bag, and you say, well, listen, maybe you don't have a way to go, but you're going to help them carry their bag. You carry it 1 mile. You say, well, it's just another mile to my house, so I'm going to carry it the rest of the way. What are they going to think about you? They're going to be mad at you? No. They're going to say, what's wrong with you? Probably. Are you crazy? Yeah. That's crazy care. But that's the way it should be. We should be willing to go the second mile, to do more than what's required. Because when people care for you, you know it. You know. And that's just one way to illustrate it, going the second mile. But you can go the second mile by not literally carrying a backpack of 80 pounds 2 miles in the summer heat. You can go the second mile by, giving somebody one of the things, Sandra, huh?
An update on what's going on with the vehicle.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's good. I was thinking of giving people like a Reese's cup, bag of Reese's cup. Her favorite candy is a Reese's cup. You want to make her day? You probably can get a bunch now. I don't know, but it's not big things that make a difference. It's the small thing. And listen, it doesn't even have to be a physical gift. It can just be a kind word. It can be a smile rather than what you talking about, Willis? You remember that show? Listen, be the reason somebody smiles today. You can be. We don't have to be all business as usual and all about all the crazy stuff we deal with every day. we can be real. We can be human. We can show that we care. We can love on each other, encourage each other. Care. What does it mean in day-to-day interaction? I kind of already covered that, I think. How many minutes do I have left? Oh my gosh, I got 6 minutes. All right. So I'm gonna finish sometime today. Man, I love talking to y'all. Y'all are so easy to talk to. I went to, got free tickets to go. Henry McJunkin was one of the ones who invited me to go, and I went. It was freezing cold. Went to this drag strip down in Florida, and it had rained 6 inches, and I mean, we walked through mud to get to this place, and then winds blowing about 30 miles an hour nonstop. It wasn't gusts. I mean, it was just like, and it was freezing cold, I'm talking about. So we were up in the stands waiting. We're watching the regular cars come by every few minutes. Finally, to thaw out, you know, we kind of went down and got us something to eat and came back. And I walked up to the gate there because I heard a different sounding car. And it was what they call the nitro dragsters. And that's a fuel additive to these engines. And when they introduce the nitro, you can hear it. I mean, it's like thunder. I mean, it's incredible. And so I'd watched this video that I'm about to hopefully show you one of these days of people that have experienced this for the first time. But I had never experienced it. I just knew kind of what was coming. But so I'm standing there, Jody's standing here, my son's over here, and daughter-in-law on the other side. And I just step up I'm the one standing at the chain link fence. And those two cars took off, and it was so loud. I mean, I didn't have earplugs in, but I did my hands like this. But when they came by, the power of those cylinders firing, but the impact, I mean, I'm talking about, it was like, I mean, John, come up here for a minute. I need something to hit him with. No, I'm not going to hit you. I'm just kidding. All right. So it's just like, I'm going to hit you. Be prepared. Okay. All right. But it was just like that sound wave, you know, they're coming like this, and it's just like it hit you like, I mean, but it was just so many, so fast. I mean, you felt it. The ground, I'm sorry. But thank you for you. You're tough. You can help. So, but the impact of that, I mean, it literally, I'm serious. I got chill bumps just thinking about it. That's crazy. But the impact of that stupid nitro-powered engine on the back of that car, I still remember it. Just like, and still I'm excited. You can tell I'm not just making this up. That's really, what about the impact of culture? We do make an impact. Sometimes it's just those little conversations, those little things we do. Is it judgmental? Is it critical? Is it being mean? Putting yourself before someone else rather than helping them? Watching somebody struggling and just letting them struggle, or actually helping them? A vibrant, caring culture is something that's from the heart. It's not academic. It's not just in your head. It's got to come from the heart. And if we get it down to the core, listen, this company is already great. We will be the greatest if we really do care. And culture rules. It makes a difference. We always want to be on the receiving end of care, of the positive impact from things that people say and do, right? But guess what? Flip that around. Be on the giving end of what makes an impact. It matters. It matters. What you do, what you say, the way you act, the way you treat people, the way you treat the people that work under you, around you, in this company. It makes a difference, and it ought to resonate. I care about you. I care about you. Let's let culture, positive culture, caring culture, rule in this company and in our lives. Thank you. Have a great day. Appreciate it.
We hope as you listen to this podcast, it'll motivate your team and you guys will play the game, as Mark Miller says in Culture Rules. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.